So we are starting unit number 5, design verification and validation. Good morning. My name is Chetan Karnar. I am from SNJV Kantabai Bahurlal Design College of Engineering, BE Mechanical. This is our syllabus. So we are starting CFD, FEA, MBD, FSI simulation driving design. So we are discussing syllabus, additive manufacturing, policy and homologation, certification by nation, national and international agencies, introduction to break-even analysis and product capacity, planning make versus buy decision, business case preparation, facility, tooling and gauges, design and development, vendor development, letter of intent, purchase order, product costing, product testing and validation, introduction to production, part approval, process, tool PPA. So let's go. This is our previous year question papers as per SPPU. Finite element analysis method for compliant mechanical design. Finite element analysis is essential a systematic computerized method of analyzing the effect of electromagnetic field, mechanical stresses, prolonged heating, thermal shocks, and other payloads on mechanical product and their components. So FEA is a numerical simulation method used to analyze how a component behaves under load, stresses, and boundaries condition. The model is divided into small finite elements connected by nodes. So application structural analysis to calculate the stress deformation, thermal analysis to calculate the temperature distribution, vibration analysis and fatigue analysis. So example, checking the strength of an automotive suspension arms before manufacturing. These are the some advantages of FEA in compliance with mechanical design. Advantages: it can use to demonstrate a new design concept that would help to engineers team predict it possible real world behavior under diverse load environment. Based on this analysis, any suitable alteration can be easily made before finalizing the drawing. And once the detailed CAD model is developed, the product engineer team can analyze the details with FEA, thus saving time and resources by limiting the number of prototype requirement. Apart from that, any existing product that has been facing field problems or is undergoing upgrade can also be analyzed to speed up to the process and limits the cost. The biggest strength of the CFD is to be sensitive software used to deliver the in-depth and precise analysis of various physical and functional aspects of material systems, product 3D CAD designs, etc. How FEA work? So FEA works on pre-processing, solution, post-processing. These are the three steps. In pre-processing, one phase of the FEA process, the one in which the team of the analyst develop the finite element mesh to segment. In second solution, in this phase, software used to FEA processor derives the driving matrix equation from the model and then the solve them individually for all the primitive quantities. So in post processing, in the third and final step of all FEA method, after a finite element model is created, tested and the entire model is solved successfully, the team of analysts monitor the validity of the solution. This is like FEA works. Here is the most traces are there. Here is a minimum forces, here is a moderate forces. So we are calculating like that. Computational fluid dynamics. Computational fluid dynamics means CFD is a science that with the help of digital computers produces quantitative predictions of fluid flow phenomena based on the conservation law governing fluid motions. From that, the CFD fluid computational fluid mechanics is used to simulate and analyze fluid flow, heat transfer, and pressure inside or around components. Applications given that airflow over car bodies and airplane wings, cooling and engine and electronics, combustion chamber design. Example optimize airflow in the car radiation or HVAC duct. So we are from that we are increase the efficiency of the car. We are increase the efficiency of car. Numerical flow analysis of CFD. Here is some calculations. CFD is applied to a wide range of research and engineering problems in many fields of the study and industry, including aerodynamics and aerospace analysis, hypersonic weather simulation, natural science and environmental engineering, industrial system design and analysis, biological engineering, fluid flow and heat transfer, engine and combustion analysis. Here we are discussing the visual effect of film and games. Multi-body dynamics (MBD). Multi-body dynamics or multi-body system (MBS) simulation is the study of motion of mechanical system caused by external forces and motion excitation acting on system. Means that MBD studies the motion and interaction of multiple connected rigid or flexible bodies. It helps analyze kinematics and dynamics of moving system. So MBD is incorporated with FEA, which helps in reducing time required. Uh, so the here some applications of the MBD suspension system, linkages, rotors, robots, gear trains, predict velocity, acceleration, and forces in mechanism. Example: vehicle ride and handling simulation using MBD tools like ADAMS, ADAMS. Industrial application includes automotive, aircraft, defense military, spacecraft, robotics, agriculture, construction, manufacturing, engineering judgments is made based on the analysis done using embedded simulations. This is the embedded post elements, global localized references point. These are the references where we are from given embedded system. Equation governing embedded simulation of physical stem upon a m into a. So the whole idea of MBD developed based on the Newton's second law motion, means that force is equal to mass into acceleration. The equation of motion are used to describe the dynamic behavior in multi-body system. Each MBD system may lead the different mathematical appearance for the equation of motion, while the physics behind the same. The equation are written for the general motion of the single bodies within the addition of the constraint condition. Fluid structure in interaction FSI. Fluid structure interaction, let me explain. FSI combines with the CFD and FEA, computational fluid dynamics and finite element analysis to combination of this to study the interaction between fluid and solid structure. Application aircraft wings, blood flow in arteries, wind effect on bridges or tall buildings. Example pressure from water flow deformation of wall or pipes. Fluid structure interaction is the multi-physics coupling between the laws that describe the fluid dynamics and structure mechanisms, means CFD and CFEA. This phenomena is characterized by interactions which can be stable or oscillatory between the deformable or here is this, the deformation of the structure are quite small, and the variations in time are also relatively slow. The fluid behavior will not be greatly affected by the deformation, and we can concern ourselves to resultant stresses and solid parts. Acoustic structure interaction. Simulation driven design. Simulation driven design is generally act in three parts. Is generate, simulate, analyze. Simulation driven design means the virtual simulation from the very start of product development instead of waiting for physical prototypes. It helps engineers optimize performance, reduce material and low cost early in design. So example, using FP and CFD to finalize design before prototype of turbine blades. Simulation of driven design is to design the process where decisions relate to the behavior and performing the artifact and significant support to computer based product modeling and simulation. Additive manufacturing. Additive manufacturing means the material was not removed, material was added. Means the 3D machines are the example of this. Additive manufacturing is the appropriate name to describe the technologies that building 3D objects by adding layer upon layer of material, whether the material is plastic, metal, concrete, or one day human tissues. Additive manufacturing, also known as 3D printer, additive manufacturing build parts layer by layers from CAD data. Advantages: rapid prototyping, complex shape possible, lightweight composites, low material waste. Applications where we are using the additive manufacturing, aerospace, medical implants, automotive, prototype, customized products, and industrial. Advantages of the freedom of shape. We are making the any type of shapes. Freedom of composition. Composition we are making with any composition. Reduce waste. Waste was really less easy to use, and digital manufacturing. Policies and homologation certification. Means here we are, the homologation is the process of official approval of a vehicle or product to meet the national or international standards agencies. Here in India, RIARAI, Automotive Research Association of India, ICAT, NABL, these are the some agencies, and international ISO, SAE, CE, DOT, and ECE. These are the working in international level. This ensure the product meets safely emission and performance standard before it reaches the market. Example, the car must pass emission, low emission cars, the crash tests before getting ARAI certification. Homologation certification is vehicle roadworthiness as per specified criteria has led to governing the vehicles made or import in the country. Means vehicles are to make less pollution. Roadworthiness means they are run on the roads easily and not any. The test ensures that the vehicle matches the requirements in terms of emissions and safety roadworthiness standards as notified under the Central Government Vehicle Rule 1988. Example of tested items. Example of tested items: passenger protection, child restraints, seat belt. These are the passive safeties. Steering system, brake system. These are the active safeties. These are the must. Field of vision glass wiper. These are the components and system: general lighting, horn, mirrors, warning triangles, tires. These components are must in vehicle tank, rear view system. These are the must components and systems. And as per the environment criteria, fuel consumption, ECM, EMC, air pollutant, noise emission, these are the list as per government criteria. Introduction to break-even analysis. Break-even analysis here is the loss where we are sell something in market. Here the loss section, profit section, break-even point. There is some points. Break-even point means the analysis determined to point where total cost is equals to total revenue. It tells when the business starts making profit. Here, from here to business making the profit. Break even point units means fixed cost. These are the this is our fixed cost upon selling cost. Selling price minus variable cost and selling cost. Selling cost. This is called break even point. Example: it fixed cost 1 lakh rupees. Fixed cost was 1 lakh rupees. Selling price was 500 and variable cost was 300. So you so to overtake this break one point, to we are selling the 500 units to what is break even analysis? Break even analysis tells you the minimum output or sales needed to cover all costs. Suppose we are giving in previous slide 500 units will sell, then we are in profit. At this point, neither profit or nor loss. Why important for engineering? It is making cost effective decision to project like choosing material, processes, or diesel optimization. Key component: these are the fixed cost, variable cost, selling price. Break even point is equals to fixed cost. I am previously sliding fixed cost upon selling price minus variable cost per unit. 1000. Production capacity planning. Production capacity planning is the critical process in manufacturing and operations management that ensures a company can meet future demands for its products or services. It involves determining the resources required, such as equipments, labors, and materials, to produce a certain volume of goods within a specified time frame. So, production capacity planning involves including how much production is needed to meet customers' demand with available resources. Key factor: machine capacity, how much machine capacity we have, labor availability, shift planning, maintenance schedules. Goal of the production capacity planning is to be balance demands and capacity to avoid overproduction or idle machines. So we are going next. Steps in production capacity planning: forecasting demands. Forecasting means we are predict how much demand in market. Capacity requirement planning. Capacity requirement planning means the next step to assess whether the existing product capacity can meet the forecasted demands. Capacity requirement planning involves the comparing current production capacity with the demand forecast. If the capacity falls short, adjustment like hiring more staffs or purchasing the new components may be necessary. See resources assessment, planning for capacity adjustment. Make or buy decision arises when the company evaluate whether it is more cost effective or strategic to produce a part internally or purchase it from external suppliers. Make or buy decision is a very this decision determines whether to manufacture a part in house or purchase it from supplier. Make decision is better control or quality. Higher initial cost. In make decision, higher initial cost is taken. Buy decision, reduce investment on complexity. May depends on supply reliability. In buy decision, we depend completely on suppliers reliability. Example: a company may make it engine but buy fasteners from the vendor. Suppose in Nasik, the Tata Motors, there is a lot of there is a lot of vendors for this company. Factors to consider in make or buy decision: cost analysis. This is the factor. Capacity and resource availability. Quality control. Lead time and flexibility. Core competence. Intellectual property and strategic consideration. Long-term supply relationship. It is very necessary to make the make with the vendors as a family relations, good relations, not familiar. Make or buy decision analysis. These are the few steps. Define the requirement. What type of requirement we have, and complexity, material requirement, and quality standards. Cost estimation. Cost estimation. Make or buy. Our decision. What decision we are making. Non-cost factor. Non-cost factors such as the quality, lead time, strategic importance, consider the risks associates with the outsourcing, such as loss controlling dependence or on suppliers or potential delays, and the post decision making. Case preparation, business case preparation definition, define the problem, conduct market research, set objectives and scopes, develop solution, cost analysis, revenue and profit projections, risk analysis, competitive analysis, market entry strategy. Business case preparation. For business case preparation, let me explain. Justify the investment for the new project or product. It includes market potential. Whatever market potential in that cost estimation, expected profit, and ROIs, risk analysis. So given the example before launching a new electrical scooter, companies prepare a business comparison cost, competition, and target price. And this year, so facility, tooling, and this design and development. Facility design means layout of machine, assembly lines, and material flow. Tooling may design or jigs, pictures, dies, and molds used in production. Gauges used for inspection and quality controls. Go no gauges, plug gauges. Example: picture design for welding car chassis component. The design of development facility, tooling, and gauges essential aspect mechanical engineering, especially in industries such as manufacturing and quality control. Vendor development. Vendor development is very essential. Vendor development is a strategic process through which a company establishes or maintain relationship with its and suppliers and vendor to ensure a reliable and efficient supply chain. It involves identifying, evaluating, and collaborating with suppliers to meet the company's needs and goals. Vendor development involves selecting, let me explain, and qualifying suppliers for components or service. For the vendor development, some process are there: vendor identification, capability audit, sample approval, rate finalization, long-term partnership. Long-term partnership is needed. Example: supplier providing injection molded parts for the appliance company. Uh, Second is the letter of intent. Letter of intent is a document process that outline the preliminary understanding or agreement between two or more parties as they work towards a formal contract or agreement. It is typically used to in various contexts, including business transactions, partnership, acquisitions, real estate, and other situations where parties want to express their intent to work together. Letter of intent is a primary document issued to a vendor, indicates that the company intends to place an order once final terms are confirmed. It helps vendor starts initial preparation or tooling. Purchase order PO. Purchase order is a formal document issued by the buyer to a seller or supplier. Buyer to a seller or supplier to request goods or services and outline the terms and conditions of the purchase. It is a critical part of the procurement process and serves as the legally binding contract between the buyer and seller. Here is a breakdown of the key elements typically found in the purchase order. Purchase order means formal legal binding document sent by the supplier to the process material or services. It including quality and specifications, price and delivery date, payment terms, example PO for 10,000 volts at 15 rupees for each delivery within 15 days. This is must to by the supplier to the buyer. Product costing. Product costing is the process determining the total cost of manufacturing product or providing a service. Accurate process including pricing, decision, budgeting, financial reporting, and evaluating the profitability of product or services. Product cost estimate. The total cost of manufacturing a product includes material cost, labor cost, overheads, tools and inspection cost. It helps in setting selling price and controlling profit margins. Here is the product cost formula: direct labor plus direct material plus factory overheads. These are the must product testing and validation. Product testing and validation. In product testing and validation, ensures that the final product performs as expects under real life conditions. Suppose we are functional test, durability test, environmental test, safety test. So in that some different tests. In product testing and validation is essential step in the product development process to ensure that the product meets the essential requirements, is safe for use, functional as intended. This process involves various methods and stages to assess the product quality, reliability, and performance. These are the functional testing, performance testing, usability testing, safety testing, as we know, reliability testing, compatibility testing, environment testing, regulatory testing. Introduction to production parts approval process PPA. PAP. PPAP is a quality assurance process used in manufacturing industries. To it confirms that the supplier production process it can consistently produce parts meeting all design requirements. PPAP document include design records, process flowcharts, control plan, FMEA means failure mode and effective analysis, dimensional result, and material reports. Purpose of the PPAP to ensure the zero defects, reliable product before mass production. PPAP purpose ensure the supply part meeting design specification and quality requirements, verifying that the product process capable to consistently producing confirming parts, reducing the risk and defects, rework, and non-conformity in the final product, providing a standardized approach to communication and documentation between the supplier and documents. PPAP documents, these are the control plans, these are the some documentations, process flow diagram, FMEA, major system analysis, MSA, dimensional results, material test reports, initial sample inspection reports, ISR. So here, thank you.